trucking. Got my chips cashed in. Keep trucking like the Doodah Man. Together, more or less in line. Just keep trucking on.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. Happy Thanksgiving, folks. It's Thursday. Last Thursday of the month, so I'm here giving you an update of all the things happening here on the GVQ quarter. I don't know what number this is. I've lost track. I don't really care to go figure it out right now. I think it's 14. I should put up show notes. I probably won't. And it's a shame because there's some pictures that I should really show you guys. So maybe I will. I don't know. If I do, homesteadsandhomeschools.com/GVQ14. And you'll see some of the things that I've got to talk about. For starters, let's talk about school a little bit. So as you guys know, our younger two are in public school. It's been interesting, nothing crazy. They've enjoy it sometimes. Some days they don't enjoy it, just like everything else, I imagine. You have your good days and your bad days. The fundraisers are coming home, and of course, number one, we don't have any neighbors. Number two, we don't have any family around. And number three, I don't like, selling things for that I see no purpose in, like cookie dough or ice cream. And when it's a first grader, you really, let's face it, you're the one walking around selling the stuff. And so we neglected to do that. We won't do those sort of things. It kind of sucks because, they kids know about it, they hear about it, and it's kind of one of those things, right? Just is what it is. But of course, the teachers are always, and the principals and everybody there is all ragging on the kids to get their money and get your parents to get the money and blah, blah, blah. And when you don't do it, the kids come home disappointed. And I guess it's one of those things you learn in life, right? My parents are misers and they won't participate in the ice cream fundraiser. So there I am, whatever the case may be. It's okay. So it, and it extends through other things, some of the letdowns that of the things that we don't do, the things that we don't participate in as a family, that some others do. And, it kind of, I don't know, kids see that and they get it and it sucks. And homeschooling kind of insulates it from that. But again, it's not necessarily, I don't know if that's a healthy thing, right? To keep kids from not like teaching them disappointment, right? Teaching them that, you're not always going to get what you want. And sometimes you just suck it up, move along, because that's life. You're not always going to get what you want. And when you do get it, it's not always a good thing. Sometimes what you think you really want, you end up getting not that good. So that's about it. But, and the older two, the homeschool is doing its thing. Kids are learning, and that's really about it. Not too much new on the homeschool front. I've been helping out a couple days here and there at one of the homeschool co-ops around here that a friend runs. I don't usually, but due to sicknesses and stuff, I kind of subbed for a couple days there, and it was really an interesting experience, kind of like almost like a one-room schoolhouse kind of thing to a degree. At the same time, they are all the students are doing their own separate work, so there isn't a lot of integration in that sense. They're all, hanging out together and doing their own thing though. So it's kind of cool. My kids enjoyed it. They enjoy having that recess with a bunch of other kids to run around and play, which is, it's fun. It's fun. But again, once some of the stuff dies down, we'll be able to go out and do more of that stuff with friends. Cause there are some friends that the kids have that aren't too keen on going out right now. Still kind of scared of the COVID and whatnot. So gotta respect that. Soccer has started, so the kids they're getting out there doing that. So they out, getting around and seeing people and getting out. So really, I think that's really it for homeschooling. Not a whole lot going on there. And onto the homesteading stuff. This is where I am. I think I'm gonna maybe, I don't know. I'll just get into it. So what's November been like? What do we do? Lots of vegetables in, all the brassicas and stuff. Trying to keep my child's chickens out. And, it's going. We're keeping them out. I got a portable fence that I'm going to put up around that to keep them out a little bit better, and that should help. But again, for some reason, they're not as bad as some of the other chickens. They do eat bugs. They will eat the leaves of my plants, but not as bad as like the turkeys. We had some chicks that were born. I kind of missed picking up the eggs for a little while, and I went out there, and one of the mama hens was sitting, and so I let her sit on her little clutch, and we had 7 hatch. I think there was eight eggs. 7 hatched. One of them has since disappeared, but the other 6 seem to be doing well. And it's been a milder winter, so that I think has been helpful. We just leave them out there and let mama hen raise them because I don't feel like bringing them in and taking care of them and doing all that. So they do their thing. We actually have a number of chickens in our flock right now that have been raised that way, probably 6 or 7 plus this 6 coming up. Now, the 6 that we have out there from the previous batch, unfortunately, I think like only 2 were hens. So we have a couple of roosters. We are going to have to get rid of some of them. Not sure if we're going to keep them and get rid of our older roosters or what we're going to do, but we do need to figure that out a little bit. Really like to put them out in the pasture with the goats or the horses, but I don't know. They just they get out through the fence. They get out and they find the garden, and it makes me angry. So they might just end up in the pot, because that's always tasty. I will say they are quite pretty though. They're a rusty gold orange kind of color. Not like your Rhode Island red, and not like your buff yellow, but more of a bright rust color. So they're quite pretty. But gotta do what you gotta do. What else? I think our goats are definitely pregnant, and this is what happens when you take crappy notes. We separated our billies from our meat goat does. Put our billies in with the horses. Now, I'm not entirely sure when we did that. I know we put the meat goats in with the billies in towards the end of August, mid-August. So that means if they got pregnant in August, then the babies are going to come up June or January, March, somewhere in there. If they got pregnant before we split them up, I'm not sure when exactly that was. And so I don't know. There's a window where the babies won't be born. And so it could be now, or it could be in January or February. And I guess we'll figure that out in the next month or so. kind of exciting. We'll figure it out. Got to get some stuff together for kidding season, because I think in the winter especially, I know it doesn't get that cold down here, but the babies are easy enough to lose, so I'm gonna have to set something up under the barn, get some heat lamps and some hay out there. Speaking of hay, we bought hay this year. Never in my life have I ever bought hay other than maybe a bale at Tractor Supply to throw on the ground somewhere. Not really for animal fodder, but we have horses, and apparently horses need to eat in the winter, so we had to get some hay. Not sure. I think I have to build a hay trough. I could buy a hay net that goes around the bale to prevent the horses and everybody else from tearing it up, but that's like $100. And I can build it out of pallets for the cost of hardware screws. So that's probably what's going to happen there. But the horses, they just get into it and they tear it all down, and it's on the ground, and the goats will eat it off the ground. And the horses will too eventually if they get hungry enough, but they don't like to eat it off the ground, and they're fickle beasts, I guess. Pains in the butt, expensive animals, but is what it is. Yeah, so it's butcher time. We processed half of our chickens last week, and we'll process the rest of them probably this weekend coming up. Part of that was twofold. I kind of didn't get a chance to clean out the freezer before, so wasn't sure exactly how much room I had right now, and didn't know how to break them down. whether I wanted whole birds or part birds, and birds broken down will store a whole lot better in the freezer than these round chickens. So I end up breaking them down, but it's also kind of something I want to see. See how much the average weight changes over an extra week. I think a bag of feed will get us through the week, and that's about $18. And to see what that weight difference is in the end. Is it worth keeping them around for 9 weeks? How much weight do they end up putting on for $20? So we'll see about that. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way that they came out. I've always lost some when I get them in the mail. I always have some that end up kind of getting too big and sitting down and just giving up, dying, having health problems and such. Did not have that this go. They've all done well. I had a couple towards the end that started to look like they wanted to sit. They'd sit a little funny. They'd still get up and walk around just fine. But so they went, and so far the ones that we've dressed out and weighed and everything have been right in that 4 to 5 pound range. So we're good with that. We're happy with that, and I'm pretty stoked to figure it all out and see just what they weigh. And that's something that I want to explore going forward. Really, I've been taking much better notes this time around. Really trying to dial in exact costs. I've always had like a ballpark figure, and that's been fine. That works for us. That works for me. But I think going forward for the next batch, we probably try to get some in like February or March. While most of those I won't need to put in our freezer. I doubt we'll eat that much meat between then and now. I'd like to be able to maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking about trying to offer some sort of chicken CSA type program thing. Lots of people out there kind of do it on the side, and why not give it a go around here? So we'll see what happens with that. What else? Got our turkeys. Again, due to space and everything else, we only butchered one for Thanksgiving. So we're down to 10 now, and I do think we have 3 hens, which is awesome. So we'll butcher another 5 turkeys, and that will be that. The wife is keen on making lots of ground turkey with it. Ground meat isn't necessarily my favorite, but we'll see how it goes. We've made it before. Maybe make some sausage with it, because that's always a fun process. Kind of interesting flavors to play with. Yeah. So another thing I found, I hate pallets. I really don't like them. I don't like using them for stuff. You can use a whole pallet, but taking them apart and using them as pieces, it's always been impossible. The wood is brittle. The nails are in there good. And everything breaks. It's too much work. Well, I got convinced into building a small barn for the goats out of pallets, and I did it, and it came out fairly well, I think. I'll try to get some pictures in there. I ended up putting some corrugated roofing on it, and that was the most expensive part of the whole project. I think all in all, between the roof and hardware, screws and T-posts that I ended up using, right around $200. Which is not bad for a 3-sided shelter, 3.5-sided shelter. That I think it's about 12 by 14. It's about 14 feet wide and 12 feet deep, 11 feet deep. So it's lots of space in there. The horses can actually fit under it too. And I think when it rains in the winter here, it'll give them some place to go. Despite having woods to go in and hide under trees, they insist on sitting out in the middle of the field, the middle of the wind, in the middle of the rain, just getting cold. So I'm not sure what kind of stupidity we have going on there, but something boggles my mind, and I'll be unhappy if one of them catches pneumonia from doing stupid stuff like that. So really, I guess that's kind of it. I mentioned I was gonna try to get into some stuff that I'm thinking about doing in it. I think for me, I want to expand. the show a little bit and kind of get into something. I don't know what. I don't know what it is that I'm missing here. I wanted to get into something. I don't really know how. I have to mull the ideas over in my head a bit more, I guess. But really want to do more in the sense of building community. I think it's something that can be greatly helpful, not just online, but also in person, right? Finding local community, building a core of people around you that you can lean on, that will be there to help, that you can help and the like. So that's one of the things that I really want to work on going forward, on my end. And the trick is how to do that. And I think, we got to get to the farmers markets. There's a couple. There's one here in town that we've tried to go to a number of times, but there's not enough room. They have too many people already, so there's not enough room there. It's kind of like, okay, all right, if you say so. You probably go set up in the parking lot, but not sure I really want to go stepping on toes quite like that just yet. And there's a couple other ones that are a little bit further away that, we may look into if nothing else is available. But that's one way. Another way, I'm thinking do some stuff here. Have people here to do some sort of project, right? Some sort of thing, whether it's butchering chickens or taking chickens apart or getting some sort of educational garden beds, right? A couple raised beds that, you kind of help people work. I don't know. Really kind of trying to figure that out. And maybe as the goats get older, we start getting into the cheese and the soap making. As we milk them, maybe that's something that can also play into it. But I'm still searching for those ideas. And then, if you have any ideas on how to build local community, how to find the people that are interested in the same ideas, how to find them and harness their power. Let me know, because I'm very curious to figure it out. It's something that I do want to do, and I just have to dial it in. So yeah, I think that's it. So I'm gone. I hope you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving. I'll see you guys, or you guys will hear me, or not sure how that works, but it won't be until December. By golly. So you guys enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving, enjoy your November, and get out there, sow those seeds of liberty. We can all reap sheaves of freedom together.
I'm gonna ride us his dream.